N.M.C are flowing, we're floating, track exploding, and ye all know it. Because we didn't get to the level we're at without learning first about this and that. Always had a touch but developed.
Severe weight since you left me. This life seems to constantly test me. I need to leave go, but it never lets me. It's our push to keep the best of me. I ain't got much, but it wants the rest of me. An optimistic young character, I wave up words like a high-powered barrister. Pointing up a lot matter in the gutter, cursing his last alcohol canister. I'm a fanatic, a thrill seeker, to go so high only to fall so low. Like the Titanic, my soul so weaker. Going till I with pain, that moves so slow, an indestructible foe that will never leave go. What was I thinking? Where did all go wrong? When did I leave my guard down? When I mean I ain't that strong. I'm talking to you with different words, cause I'm a different man. I'm not the same small boy who always that insane. I give a year of my life if I could get one moment when I was cool, calm, collective and owned it. I never asked for this, but I did pave my path. A wide path, struggling underneath my black and white baseball hat. Drop behind my eyes, day after day. You know why, they show no emotion anyway. They show no emotion anyway.
Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you.
I know honesty is the key, but it's hard you see when no one understands me. A lot of people think they do, but only very few that come close. All my feelings escape with a toast. So whipped and wired, I cut them with a boast. My security as the host, it's so hard to be like most. My mind works in strange ways, I make my decisions fast, but I can't let go of the past. Living back there makes it hard to move forward, and everything you do feels so awkward. You're still in a time lock, a broken clock full of rage, and the only thing that moves forward is your age. My nerves are riding high and tense, and I can't understand what's happening. I'm constantly backing into a corner, knocking back an enemy that always retaliates harder. But like you, my family will always be my value, and only rightly to talk about my kid, my girl, or my family, they better tread lightly. And I pray to God that they never gotta fight me, cause that's some soft only walking, I know for just talking. The truth is I think about you every day, but how could I forget? In case others do, out of respect, I got your name for life on my neck. For life on my neck.
Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you.
A decade has passed since I started writing this song. Through all the highs and lows, everything that went right, everything that went wrong. I drawn a court case, the process to heal the physical and mental scarred face. From life's heavy lashes, car crashes, a war burnt to ashes. I've never fallen to the fear, and I'm still standing here. And I plan to go a lot longer. Like you used to say, with don't kill you can only make you stronger. I got my good share of good karma. My 11-year-old daughter, my number one hit, who's 1,000,001. I watch you well, if I didn't I wouldn't be fit to be your grandson. And this little girl got a good mom. You win some, you lose some, but I'm not losing this one. I've lost enough, nearly too much for me to take, but I keep fighting to do the right thing, at least for Oren and Shauna's sake. Cause you know the one thing about me is I am not fake. As much as life put me down, I refuse to break. For the first time in my life, I am walking tall and straight. I look back to find a flaw, but now I dealt with everything bad I ever saw. I have 1,000 problems, but problems I can bear. I see you, Miss Collins, I see you when I get there. When I get there.
Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you. Dear Mrs. Collins, we miss you, but then how could we ever forget you? When the world looks darker without you, the walk feels longer toward you.